Hello everyone, welcome to asedoskitchen. For those of you who are stopping by for the first time, you're welcome. And to my subscribers, welcome back. Today's recipe is Mandazi. This is a quick and simple snack, and I will show you how I prepare it. Depending on where you grew up, you may also know this as Legemat or Dabo. There are many ways to prepare this snack, however, I will show you one of the ways I prepare it. I usually make mandazi with or without egg, and this is my egg-free recipe. The ingredients for this recipe are self-raising flour, milk, butter, sugar, cinnamon powder, and oil for frying. I start by combining all the dry ingredients. I have 3 cups of self-raising flour in a large bowl. I add my cinnamon powder, mix this well, followed by the sugar, which I also mix until everything is well combined. I like to add either cinnamon powder or cardamom powder in my mandazis. However, this time I am using cinnamon powder. This is a matter of preference, so you can add whichever you prefer. At this stage, I add the melted butter and mix until the butter is evenly mixed into the flour. Ensure that the butter is not concentrated in some parts more than others. You can also use cooking oil in place of butter, but the butter gives the mandazi a rich taste. After the butter, I add my milk and mix continuously until the dough is well combined. As you can see here, the milk is not enough. This is because I used a cup of milk, but I should have used a cup and a quarter instead. I solved this by adding warm water instead of having to stop mixing to go and warm more milk. I usually use 1 cup of milk when I am adding egg to the recipe. Please note that you don't have to add water if you have a cup and a quarter already warmed. I have reflected it in the ingredients list. I will soon record another mandazi recipe with egg in it. The dough is almost ready now. As you can see, the dough is no longer sticky. Once everything comes together and the dough stops sticking to my hands and the bowl, I continue to knead for a few more minutes. Once I am happy with it, I cover this with cling wrap and leave it for about an hour or 2 or until the dough rises. The dough has risen and has almost doubled in size. This means that it is now ready for frying. I knead the dough again for about a minute. Then, to make it easier to roll the dough, I divide it into 2 equal parts and work with one at a time. I now roll the dough out to my preferred thickness and cut it into my desired shape. Please ensure that it is not too thick nor too thin. While doing this, I have my oil on the stove heating up. I like to cut my mandazis into diamond shapes, but you can cut yours into any shape. Now that the first one is done, I repeat the process with the remaining dough. I like to cut all my mandazi dough before I start frying so that I can concentrate on the mandazis and keep an eye on them while frying. Once the oil is hot enough, I start dropping the dough pieces into the oil. I do this gently to avoid getting burnt from the oil splashing back. Ensure that you don't overcrowd the pot. I also use medium heat so that the mandazis cook evenly. If the oil is too hot, the dough will burn on the outside and remain raw, and if it's too cold, the dough will soak up the oil. Doing this gives you mandazis that are soft in the inside and golden and slightly crispy on the outside. Allow the mandazis to fry until they are golden brown, then flip them and allow the other side to fry as well. Once the mandazis are well cooked on both sides, remove them onto a plate lined with paper towel so it absorbs any excess oil. I am using a cast iron pot to fry my mandazis, so once the first batch is done, I add the remaining pieces right away. This is because cast iron retains heat well. However, if you are using a frying pan that has poor heat retention, allow the oil to heat up in between batches. Repeat this process until all dough pieces are finished. If you'd like to share any comments, suggestions, or have any questions to ask, please write them down in the comments section. Kindly support my channel by liking and sharing this video. As you can see, they are still hot, so allow the mandazi to cool down before you serve them. You can serve this with some tea, coffee, or any beverage of your choice. If you would like to see more content of this nature, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss any of my weekly uploads. This is all I have for you today. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thanks for watching and bye for now.